Hello friends, Devraj speaking. If you are inspired by my ideas, please subscribe to Devraj Update. Now I am going to talk about 20th century, a century of revolutions. Veteran scholar Aijaz Ahmed has written a book on 20th century being a century of revolutions. He has selected 20th century among all other centuries only for the reason of democracy and socialism being the central phenomena of this century. Why? Because various movements, uprisings, upsurges not seen before have taken place in this century alone. And it is the way of 20th century as he believes. Britain, France, Italy were holding very many countries and their raw materials for their market and colonial rule, political rule. So, people of India, Ceylon, Thailand, Burma, like these countries were ranging for the liberation, ranging for independence. This happens, this independence was claimed and independence was realized, and this is the process throughout the century. And at the same time, workers' rule, peasants' rule, workers' rule were claimed in Russia and China as their main target, political target for the ascendancy. This 20th century, not seen before, has placed the central task for the masses. Mass participation is very new for the world history. Kings, emperors were set aside by these uprisings, by these revolts, by these revolutions, and new parliaments, representatives elected by the people were taken as the new political order. This new political order now it continues. Instead of the past, Napoleon, Bismarck, Tsar of Russia. So now there is no Bismarck, now there is no Napoleon, now there is no Tsar. Now every country has its parliament or an equivalent institution because people like to elect their own representatives. Be it capitalism or socialism, people's will performs the central phenomenon. This is peculiar 20th century alone. At the beginning of 20th century, you can see the Congress Party was founded in 1885. The Communist Party was founded at 1923, and Mohenjo-daro Harappa excavations were done as an alternative history only after 1920. After 1920. So, anything for the people, by the people, of the people is said to be the spirit of democracy. For the people, this spirit has developed much because of students, women, artists, even scientists like Einstein, Albert Einstein, even scientists, yeah, Albert Einstein opposed the Second World War and Hitlerism there. So everybody did not like the present order of the world. Everybody did not like the present order of the world. So various sections of the masses people population rose against the present order. That's what people like Lenin, George Washington wanted. First, negate the order and struggle to create another order, another democratic order. That's what they taught to the people. And even in China, under chairmanship of Mao Zedong, a very long, strained struggle was conducted throughout China, and in 1949, they attained political democracy. Political democracy. In 1947, Britain, under compulsion, gave independence to some countries like India, Ceylon, Burma, this and that. Cuba, taken as the best example, it was under the feet of United States of America. Cuba, under the leadership of Fidel Castro, attained liberation of its own. One time, Castro said in a court of law, history will acquit me, history will acquit me, so that he acquitted Cuba from the clutches of United States of America. So, Aijaz Ahmad's selection of 20th century among other centuries as the order of the day is well established. And at last, Aijaz Ahmad regrets the left forces, socialist forces are so weak now in 21st centuries, and this is the task of the first 21st century is to recreate the democratic socialist aspirations altogether. Thank you very much. Thank you, friends.